Today I want to chat about what you can do in your community to engage your community and to make a difference. And this is very difficult because every community in itself is different, and your communities and your workplace will also differ from another workplace. And so I need to talk about this in broad terms and give you the opportunity to maybe discuss this with someone else. But I want to take the 3 Ds that we used for connecting with people, and I just want to transpose them a bit to community. I do want to mention that you are placed in your community to effect change. Something that you will also hear in Shofar Christian Church is that you are here to be a prophetic voice. There's a message that comes from you to people, but also in community platforms, whatever that may be, companies, clubs, sports clubs, initiatives, NGOs. Those are communities where your voice can be heard. Now, the 3 things I want you to think about is, the first one is to develop an understanding of the environment or the community you find yourself in. Is it a church, a community? Then that's probably an easier community to get involved in and to live out your faith. Or is it a secular community where there's a lot of opportunity for evangelism? But develop an understanding of your community. Why does it do certain things? What is the nature of this community? Is it godly? Is it friendly to people? Is there a culture of breaking people down, building people up? What is actually happening in that community? Then number 2 is discover the story of that community. Why is it the way there is? Is there a leader? Was there a culture that was set by a specific person that taught people to maybe break one another down or to be extremely negative? What is the story there? By understanding that will be your next step to actually changing that community and changing that culture one day at a time. And then the last one is discover next steps. If there is opportunity, if I use the rugby club, for example, where I'm involved, rugby clubs overall is a very bad place for families. And so we started, just 3 of us, and said, this is a place where we would like our wives and our children to come one day. And bit by bit, we changed to become a family club by 2 or 3 people that just understood where the club was at and just took one area and said, let's move the club into this area. Now, your community is different than mine, but what is the nature of your community? What is the story of that community you're in? And what is a next step that you can take to affect change in your community? If it's a company where there's other believers, starting a prayer group is good. If it's a place where people come for leisure, then people are open for discussions and to make friends. That's why they are there. Work environments is sometimes more difficult because people see work often as a necessary evil. And so sometimes it's a space where there's negativity. People feel forced to be there. When you are a breath of fresh air, you really become a shining light in that place. If it's a leisure club, then it's the opposite. People make time, they budget time to actually be in that community. And so maybe it's not so hard to just connect on a friendship level. You can maybe rock up at a sports club and meet someone, and they'll come and come to your home for dinner, because it's just the openness you get into people that seeks community. What is your community, and how can you make an influence in your community, so that if you're not there, that you will be missed? God bless you.